Sevgili arkadaşlar, merhabalar tekrardan. Evet, derslerimize devam edeceğiz. Şimdi kaldığımız yerden bir önceki dersimizde nerede kalmıştık bakalım. Evet, evet hatırlarsanız bu alıştırmayı yapmıştık birlikte. Ama şimdi yeniden bir okuyacağım çünkü bu aşağıdaki bu alıştırmayla 5 numaralı alıştırmayla bunu birleştirmemiz gerekiyor çünkü. Evet, hızlıca bir burayı okuyalım ondan sonra e, aşağıdakilerle birleştirelim. Bakalım neler olacak. Evet. Are you a good ecotourist? Take this test and find out. In the previous lesson, I said it all depends on the person and it all depends on the situation. But let's do it again. When you're abroad, do you learn words and phrases in the local language and try to use them? I said yes, and whatever you said, it is up to you. Two, when you're abroad, do you only visit places that are listed in your guidebook? Again, it's an optional thing. Three, when you're abroad, do you use as much water as you want to wash your hair, body, and clothes? Well, I said no, it's not a very good idea to use so much water anywhere, abroad or at home. Four, when you're abroad, do you travel by public transport, hire a bike, or walk? Well, it depends on the place and the distance you are going to go. I said in the previous lesson. Five, when you're abroad, do you ask people before taking photographs of them? Well, I said yes, of course. Well, it's only right. Well, you cannot, and you shouldn't take photos of other people before asking. It's rude and it's not a very good thing to do, nice thing to do. I don't want my photograph to be taken without my permission. Six, when you're abroad, do you act and dress in the same way as you would at home? Well, it depends on where you are, actually. Sometimes you just can't do it. Seven, when you're abroad, do you buy goods produced locally and eat typical local food? Well, I like buying goods produced locally, and I try to eat typical local food, but sometimes it depends. Again, depends on the food. Sometimes I cannot digest the food because I'm not used to it. And the final one, when you're abroad, do you stay in big, luxurious, multinational hotels? Well, as for me, it is a no. I don't like not to mention I can't, but I don't like staying in such place because I like wandering around, discovering new places all the time. If I'm abroad, I don't go abroad to just stay in a hotel. It doesn't make any sense to me, at least. Well, we are going to match these to the quiz down below. Okay. They did the first one for us. The first one, when you're abroad, do you learn words and phrases in the local language and try to use them? It goes with A. It is a good idea. It shows real respect for the people and culture and is a great icebreaker. Okay. Let's take a look at number 2 again. When you are abroad, do you only visit places that are listed in your guidebook? Well, with which can we mix it? Can we match it? When you're abroad, do you only visit places that are listed in your guidebook? It is G, right? Guidebooks are useful for learning about a place before you go, but local people always know the best places to visit. Ask them. Yes. And also we can ask, and we can also find interesting places online, right? 3, When you're abroad, do you use as much water as you want to wash your hair, body, and clothes? Which one can be mixed? Well, it is E, right? Use water carefully. It's a precious natural resource in many countries, and Westerners tend to use and waste far more than local people. Yes, we shouldn't waste water. Okay. Number 4, when you are abroad, do you travel by public transport, hire a bike, or walk? Well, which one can we match it with? It is C, right? Traveling by public transport is a great way to meet local people and reduce carbon emissions. Well, it's a short distance, you can walk or hire a bike as well. And next one, when you're abroad, do you ask people before taking photographs of them? Well, which one can we match it with? Well, it is D, right? You should respect people's right to privacy and always ask before taking a photo of a person. Very good. Okay. When you are abroad, do you act and dress in the same way as you would at home? No. Which one can we match it with? Take a look and try to guess, okay? It is H, right? Remember that people in different places have different ways of thinking, behaving, and dressing, and you should respect that. Yes, we should respect it because we are in their country at that moment, right? Always ask if you're unsure about taking shoes off or covering your head. Well, depends on where you are, really. And 7, when you're abroad, do you buy goods produced locally and eat typical local food? Well, which one should we match it with? What do you think? Try to guess. Well, it is B, right? It's a good way of supporting local communities and businesses and learning more about a place. And the final one, when you are abroad, do you stay in big luxurious multinational hotels? Well, which one do you think it goes with? F, right? Keep in mind that many luxurious hotels don't support local economies. They often exploit local people and the environment. Okay. So we have completed this one, and we are going to move to the exercise 7. To exercise 7. Okay. Now we have pictures and texts here. The first picture is here, and our text continues there. We have a total of 6 texts and pictures. We are going to read them first, then we are going to try to match them with the pictures. And then we are going to complete this table according to the texts we are going to read now, okay? Let's first read them one by one, okay? 1. Have you always wanted to photograph tigers in the wild? Why not take a wildlife photography holiday in India? You will learn from a professional wildlife photographer and stay in jungle ecologists supporting sustainable wildlife parks staffed by locals. Group sizes will be limited to 3 people. Okay. With which one does it go with? What do you think? Take photos in the wilderness. Which one? It is C, right? The first one goes with this with C. Picture C. Okay, let's read the second one. Have you ever thought about taking a walking holiday in Ireland, combining sea, hills, and forests? You will stay in solar-powered, eco-friendly guest houses, hiking in small groups, eating locally produced food, learning about Irish culture and nature from your guides, and socializing with the locals in traditional Irish pubs. Okay, hiking on the hills. Well, it goes with picture A, right? The second text goes with picture A. Picture A, sorry. Okay. 3. Have you ever imagined trekking the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu, kayaking the fjords of Chilean Patagonia, and nature watching on the Galapagos Islands? Local accommodation, hospitality, and guides provide opportunities to interact and learn about Latin American people and cultures. Okay, so we did this. We have these pictures and here. So number 3, the text number 3 goes with D, right? This is Machu Picchu, after all. The picture of Machu Picchu here. Okay. Well, text number 4. Have you ever wished luxury didn't cost the earth? Well, it doesn't have to. If you are relaxing in a new eco-resort in the Maldives, this time to be the first carbon-neutral country in the world. Your money will help finance coral cleaning, waste management, water conservation, and renewable energy sources. Okay. Well, which one does it go with? Maldives, eco-resort, F, right? Yes, the text 4, number 4 goes with picture F. Okay. 5. Have you ever wanted to get up close to a great white shark? No. Well, of course it is up to you. For me, it's a no. A great white shark, no. Why not join a team of marine biologists in South Africa, monitoring the sharks from boats and cages in the sea? You'll spend most of your time working with a small, dedicated group of locals, learning about sharks and educating the general public about them. Well, I think it's quite obvious right here. Text number 5 goes with picture B. Well, getting close to a great white shark is not for me. Yeah. Not a good idea. Okay. And the final text. Have you ever been on a volunteering holiday? Here's your chance. Come to Cambodia and teach sport, music, arts, or drama to disadvantaged children. You will live with local host families, learn about the culture, and take sightseeing trips to beaches, temples, and monkey refuges. Okay, well, I think it's pretty obvious as well. Number 6, text number 6 goes with picture E, right? Okay. Well, let's go up to exercise. No, not that. Exercise 8, yes. Well, we have to complete this table with information in each category. Okay? Well, we have country, accommodation, activities, wildlife and natural habitats, and ecotourism elements. Okay. The first one was done for us. Country is India, as we have read here. Accommodation, ecolodges. Yes, stay in jungle ecolodges. Activities, photography. Wildlife and natural habitats. It's about tigers. And ecotourism elements. What is it? Sustainable wildlife parks. And group sizes limited to 3. Well, let's remember the second text. Have you ever thought about taking a walking holiday in Ireland, combining sea, hills, and forests? You will stay in solar-powered, eco-friendly guest houses, hiking in small groups, eating locally produced food, learning about Irish culture and nature from your guides, and socializing with the locals in traditional Irish pubs. Okay, so the country is Ireland, right? And accommodation is eco-friendly guest houses. Okay, how about the activities? Well, how about the activities? Hiking, as you can see in the picture. You can take a holiday on the hills hiking, and wildlife and natural habitats. Well, what is it? There is sea and what about the other things? Sea, hills and forests. Yes, there are hills, there are forests, and ecotourism elements. Well, it's solar powered, first of all. In eco-friendly guest houses, they are solar powered, and also you are going to hike in small groups and you are going to eat locally produced food. And I think that's it. The third one. Again, have you ever imagined trekking the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu, kayaking the fjords of Chilean Patagonia, and nature watching on the Galapagos Islands? Local accommodation, hospitality, and guides provide opportunities to interact and learn about Latin American people and cultures. Okay, so country, we can say Latin America. Well, what about the accommodation? Well, let's see, we have local accommodation, right? How about the activities? What can we do? What can we do? We can go to trekking, and then kayaking and nature watching, right? And wildlife and natural habitats. What is there? Fjords, there are fjords. And there are also islands, right? Galapagos Islands and fjords. Okay, number 4, have you ever wished luxury didn't cost the earth? Well, it doesn't have to if you are relaxing in a new eco-resort in the Maldives, destined to be the first carbon neutral country in the world. Your money will help finance coral cleaning, waste management, water conservation, and renewable energy sources. Okay, so the place, the country is the Maldives, right? And the accommodation type, what is it? It is eco resort. So we have activities. What activities do we have here? Well, we don't have any activities. It is for a place to relax, relaxation. Well, and the wildlife and natural habitats. Again, we have islands here. And it doesn't say anything else about it. What about the ecotourism elements? Well, first of all, it is a carbon neutral country, and your money will go to coral cleaning, waste management, water conservation, and renewable energy sources. So this is basically it. Number 5, have you ever wanted to get up close to a great white shark? Why not join a team of marine biologists in South Africa, monitoring the sharks from boats and cages in the sea? You will spend most of your time working with a small, dedicated group of locals, learning about sharks and educating the general public about them. Okay, so where is it? It's in South Africa. And accommodation, where do you stay? On the boats. You stay on the boats. Well, at sea, not on the land. And how about the activities? You are going to monitor the sharks. Monitoring the sharks is the main activity here. And wildlife and natural habitats. Well, there is, of course, the sea first, and then there are the great white sharks. And the ecotourism elements. Well, you are going to work with a small group again. And you are going to learn about sharks, and you are going to educate the general public about them. And number 6, have you ever been on a volunteering holiday? Here is your chance. Come to Cambodia and teach sport, music, or art or drama to disadvantaged children. You will live with local host families, learn about the culture, and take sightseeing trips to beaches, temples, and monkey refuges. Okay, so the country, the place is Cambodia. And accommodation, where are you going to stay? We are going to stay with local host families. And how about the activities? Well, you are going to do volunteering work there. You are going to work with disadvantaged children. And how about the wildlife and natural habitat? Well, there are beaches, temples, and monkey refuges. And how about the ecotourism element? Well, you are going to teach children to disadvantaged children, and you are going to again stay with local families, and that's basically it. Well, we have completed the table here. Well, that's it for today. We have completed this week's lessons, and I'm going to continue our lesson in our next week's lessons, okay? Evet arkadaşlar, zamanımız doldu. Bu haftaki derslerimizi de böylelikle bitirmiş olduk. Geri kalan alıştırmaları da bir sonraki haftaki derslerde işlemeye başlayacağız sizinle birlikte. O zaman önümüzdeki hafta görüşmek üzere. Kendinize çok iyi bakın. Herkese iyi bir hafta sonu diliyorum. Görüşmek üzere.